We change the world and history right here where we're from. It's new beginning to you and me, 'cause we're not done. In our city, in our city, in our city, we're not done. I appreciate that. Okay, it's time to rise and shine and get up this morning. It is another day on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. Well, it's another day. One more day to try to do something to make a difference if you can. But right now, it is time for us to go to our daily bread because we need it. We need our daily bread probably like twice a day. But right now, I'm just going to go take care of this. And then we'll be back to talk about the things of life. All the things that make up. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is The Decision. It's the show, because let me turn that down a little bit there. I want to hear myself. Anyway, we call it decision because everything we do requires us to make one. And even when we decide not to make one, well, we just made one. It's inevitable. Everything we do, it's a consequence of the decisions we make in life. So, hang loose, and we'll be back in a minute. Or maybe 2 minutes, or whatever the case may be. We get a word from on high, something that'll change your perspective. I'll give you a new one. But either way, it is good for the soul. So, say, Lord, thank you for this day. And now it's time to get up. You're wasting daylight. We'll be back.
you building your life around? Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread, written by Amy Peterson. It's titled, A Solid Foundation. Last summer, my husband and I toured Falling Water, a house in rural Pennsylvania designed by architect Frank Lloyd Wright in 1935. I've never seen anything quite like it. Wright wanted to create a home that rose organically out of the landscape, as if it could have grown there, and he accomplished his goal. He built the house around an existing waterfall, and its style mirrors the neighboring rock ledges. Our tour guide explained what made the construction safe. The whole vertical core of the house, she said, rests on boulders. Hearing her words, I couldn't help but think of Jesus' words to his disciples in Matthew chapter 7. During the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus told them that what he was teaching would be the sure foundation for their lives. If they heard his words and put them into practice, they would be able to withstand any storms. Those who heard but didn't obey, in contrast, would be like a house built on sand. Later, in 1 Corinthians chapter 3, Paul echoed this thought, writing that Christ is the foundation, and we must build upon it with work that will endure. When we listen to the words of Jesus and obey them, we're building our lives on a steady, rock-solid foundation. Maybe our lives can look a little like falling water, beautiful and built to last on the rock. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Matthew, chapter 7, verses 24 through 27. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell with a great crash. Let's pray. Father, we want to have a firm foundation built on the rock of Jesus. Please help us to hear and obey the words of Jesus so we may stand firm. Thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Shout, counts are marching all about, and those caissons go rolling along. For it's high, high here in the field artillery. Count out your numbers, the the shores of Tripoli. We will fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First we fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor free. We are proud to claim the title of United States
Navy. Coast Guard. Okay. All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's it. That's good. That's good. You know, I got every time I play that song. See, I didn't realize this before I got into this little business here. Every time I play the salute to the armed forces, they ding me on my little. I don't know how to make anything hardly anyway, but my little what they call it when they give you a couple of pennies for content, and they ding me for that song. So I sent them a note back. I said, why are you gonna ding me for that song? Because I'm part of that song. You know, I mean, I'm you know, I'm a soldier. I said, you gonna ding a brother for playing the song that we? I mean, they just ding me. I don't know who in the hell wrote it. How does anybody get credit for writing for the armed forces? Why does who gets credit for that? You know. But anyway, so they ding me every time I write that song. I play the Marine Corps hymn. I mean, listen, I'm sacrificing my money for you guys. Okay, I am. I'm doing that. I'm sacrificing getting my little penny. I think I get about a penny for it. I'm sacrificing that for you guys. Now that penny may mean the difference between eating some food or going out here and grabbing one of these ugly cats and cook them. Okay, I'm just saying, that's just where it goes. Got so many cats in this neighborhood, it's a shame, and I don't really know what cat. Well, I don't think I know what cats taste like. Sometimes they've said that some restaurants, well, I don't know. I mean, if this was China, I'd probably know it. Now, I do know what dog tastes like. I have tasted some of that before. Um, and the best dog I ever ate was like German Shepherd. Yeah, it was pretty good actually back in the day. But I didn't know it was a German Shepherd when I was eating it. I mean, I felt bad for the little fella when it was all over and done with. But that's just the way it was. I just had to, I was hungry at that particular time, and the country I was in said, "Hey, eat some of this." I said, "Okay, right on." I forgot what they call. I used to think in Korea, bulgogi was dog, but I don't know. I don't know if that's what it was or not. But it was good. Whatever it was good. Okay. Now I will not eat kimchi. I will not eat too much garlic or whatever that is in it. I cannot eat kimchi. Okay. I just can't do it. But I can eat the hell out of the rice. Okay. So I must got a little Oriental in me someplace. Because I love rice. Rice is good. But anyway, good morning, everybody. Hope that they find you well and doing okay. A lot of things on the hopper this morning. A lot of things. I'm not exactly sure because I went to sleep last night. What happened to the race in New York? Anybody know? Did Americans I mean, do Americans do we for the first time in the history of America do we actually put somebody in office that's in New York, running New York? That's a what is this guy? A whatever he is, a communist or socialist or something like that. And one of the scariest pictures I've ever seen. One of the scariest pictures I ever seen was yesterday on the news. They had that guy who's running for mayor, um, running for mayor of New York with a bunch of Muslims. And again, I don't have anything against Muslims. Okay, so let before we put that rumor out, that's not true. However, I will tell you that that the the Muslim faith, the Muslim social laws are inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States. They cannot live in the same house together. It won't happen. So either we going to um, either we're going to survive or straighten up what we got, or we're going to disappear in the annals of time. Because this country, we will never, uh, Islam and America will never live in the same house. Okay, it just won't. Yeah, and not as a governing body. Now, what you do personally on your own faith and all that stuff, that's cool. That's it, we all, and that's what we have in this country. We have a right to believe as we want to believe, and that's fine. But you don't have a right to change the Constitution of the United States. I mean, you think 9/11. I mean, you think what's that? What was that happening? The 6th of January was tough. 6th of January, it's going to seem like two roaches walking in the corner down the street. If somebody thinks they're going to come to this country and turn this into a Sharia law country, yeah, yeah, we can't even get them. We can't even get people around here to obey the law. That's a simple law, And so I know we ain't about to obey Sharia law. Now, I believe there's a city in Michigan right now that wants to implement Sharia law again, inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States. Yeah, personally, I don't think we're here. I don't think we're here to be alone. I'm just telling you, we're allowing so many people in this country that do not want to be Americans. They just want to come over and get what America has. And one of the I guess one of the staple points of people coming here years ago is that they wanted to be an American. Now people just want to come to America. They don't really care about being an American. And what is an American? An American is anybody who comes to this country and wants to live in the fashion that we live. Our Constitution, our laws, our bylaws, uh, most of our customs. There are a couple of customs I think we can do away with, like the marching down in Selma every year, where they always celebrate losing. The Civil War. They celebrate losing every year. Listen, I ain't mad at them. I mean, everybody's got to have a hero. Uh, but most of our customs in this country, most of them, by far the majority of them, are good customs. Help your neighbor out. I mean, don't let those who want to live differently, as long as they don't intrude upon my space and my beliefs and stuff like that. On every corner we got a different church. Then nobody comes around and makes you go to the church, and if you don't go to the church, they want to cut your head off and all that kind of thing. I mean, we don't. That's a good part about America. I mean, we can have a Baptist church, a Methodist church, a Catholic church, all on the same street. All on the same street, and we get along together. I mean, we're doing okay. At least we work for a little while anyway. So I'm watching this thing in New York and see what's because that is going to tell a lot about our nation, which way we are headed. You take the biggest city in America and you put a confessed socialist or whatever he is in charge, and boys, I mean, they already had that one experiment with Adams, the former police captain of the police department. They made him mayor. I don't know if he did a good job or a bad job. I don't know. I know they kept trying to arrest the brother, said he was crooked. But I thought being crooked in New York went together like pancakes and waffles. I mean, I thought it was pancakes and syrup. I thought that's just the way they did business. Trump said that's just the way they do business over there. You got to pay this guy off. You got to pay this guy off. You got to pay this guy off. And you got to pay this guy off. I mean, that's just the way business is done in New York. At least that's what they say anyway. And then if you look at the Sopranos, I mean, the Soprano TV, I mean, that's the way things roll over there. You pay everybody. Well, that was New Jersey though, so maybe New Jersey is a little different from New York. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure if they're different or not. But that's just the way business goes over there. That's just the way things go. Okay. Jamaica, my peeps in Jamaica are okay. They went on the internet, so they still get internet somewhere over there. And made themselves okay. They reported in that they're doing okay, so that's good. They had winds 185 miles per hour um, on Jamaica, and I saw a picture that scared me. It looked like God was up there on his throne, um, passing judgment. That's how scary it was. And wow, over there, man, and that's one of the reasons. Uh, well, man, I don't have anybody to guest today. Every time I try to get somebody as a guest today, they turn around and I mean, what's up? What's up with that? People don't want to get up early and talk. So I had JC Love was supposed to come on, and JC hasn't showed up yet. Okay, so we're just gonna wait and see what happens. Okay, that's the best I can. All I can do is invite people. Okay, so it ain't a kumbaya moment. Okay, it's not a kumbaya moment. I don't like everything, but the mayor does show up periodically, so he does come on. So that's good. I know I'm pretty tough sometimes, not tough, but philosophically, I'm philosophically attuned to my beliefs, and I want to know what yours are. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I just want to know what yours are. What do you believe? Well, Willie shows up every day. Willie, one of my ardent supporters. Uh, all that money I didn't spend on State Farm, though, I appreciate it. I can't believe I've been with State Farm 30 years. Wow, that's a long time to go. I didn't pay them enough money to buy me another car right now. Anyway, but Willie don't get all that. He just works for them or whatever, however they do. Okay. Now, one thing that the president said before we get back to the food stamp thing, because everybody was all been. Now I have to tell you, I'm a little concerned about not the SNAP program, but I am a little concerned about people because everybody, and I know we went through all this charade about the ethnicity of people on food. I don't care what your ethnicity is. I don't care. As long as you need them, you should get them. Because listen, I would be a hypocrite say I never got any of them because we ate sometimes because of those things, and everybody who gets food stamps not lazy. We're not. But if we can feed the rest of the world, doggone, we surely can feed the people over here. Now, I will admit to you that there's a problem with our system. When people can come, it used to be in order to come to America, you had to have a sponsor or you had to be able to take care of yourself when you got here. You had the sponsors, and now people just come over here with their hands out automatically, and listen, I guess I understand that. I guess depending on, especially if you're refugees and you're coming from another country and stuff like that, and whatever. But we have let this bucket out there, and everybody who comes over, the first thing they do before looking for a job, look in the bucket and see what's in it for me. What's over there for me? But that's what we sell it. That's what America has been selling for years now. We don't really sell the opportunities to do hard work, the opportunities to do something, come up with a dream, and there's always a possibility your dreams can come true. It's not a guarantee, but there is a possibility that your dreams can come true, and we really don't sell that anymore, do we? We really don't sell that. We sell pipe dreams. All you gotta do is come to America, man. You're gonna become a millionaire. Okay, well, if that is true, how come I'm not one? Well, that's because I worked for 23 years for a guy and didn't know what a 401k was. Smart as I am, I really did not know what it was. I just never put no money in it. That's crazy. Okay, of all the dumb things I've done in life, that's up there with the top 10. Okay, that's up there with the top 10. I didn't know what a 401k was. I just thought it was rich. I really did. I thought it was for rich people. What's going on, Duke?
I'm having to be Mr. Ed this morning, call early. I miss Mr. Ed, man. I miss that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know you miss him too, don't you, sometimes?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I do. And I knew I would because he used to get on my nerves so bad. I knew I would miss him a little bit. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, just like you missed me and Curmudgeon one day,
Well,
God take us home one day or whatever.
Yeah.
he like to call himself Dom. I'm gonna call him Curmudgeon because he's always gonna be a curmudgeon to me. Argentina getting How many billions of dollars we sending over there?
A lot.
What was that reason for?
Huh?
The economy doing bad. He said they doing so bad they need our help. Okay.
Well, according to Amazon, we doing bad too at the moment.
So if you got a girlfriend on the side, you're a married man, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Your bill is going lack it at home because you're taking care of your girlfriend bill. So that's what we're saying.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know, I mean,
same scenario, right?
Wait a minute.
Thing.
Wait a minute. Or maybe the girlfriend taking care of you better than they're doing it at home. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I don't know.
I'm talking about paying the bill. You taking the money away from home, or the female Jody or the male Jody. You know, Jody work on both sides. You know, you got the women out there hustling and getting the guys money, and you got the guys taking away from the husband. You know, she paying his car note every month.
Yeah.
But the repo man then took her husband's car to the driveway.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what we're doing with this Argentina thing, right? Basically.
I get. Listen, there's so many things that go on in Washington.
Then on top of that, Kevin, I heard Trump say a couple weeks ago. He said the Democrats don't tighten up. I'm gonna take away some of their stuff they like. So is this taking away some of their stuff, taking people's food stamps and food away from these babies that they're forcing people to have these babies, don't want you to have abortion anymore, right? Which I don't believe in abortion, but you forcing these people to have these babies now, you don't want to feed them now. Huh? Talk to me, Kevin.
Well,
your philosophy. Give me some of your philosophy this morning.
Well, right now,
philosophical.
Yeah,
principle. Give me some principle on this thing. Come on, help me out, dude.
Well, right now, though, I'm wondering about the Eating Better Today card. You know, that.
Explain the Argentina thing first to me.
I don't even think the people who are giving the money can explain that. I can't explain it. But if you can, go ahead and explain it to us. What you think it is?
Oh no, you supposed to be that's your party. Explain to me how they're operating right now.
Well, again,
it's your party. It's your your philosophical party.
And I tell you something. I don't know if blowing people out of the water is a great strategy either. Then
wants to buy the meat from Argentina too, the beef and all that, and the farmers pissed off now. All these Trump people that voted for Trump, all these farmers that voted for Trump, they mad now along with Margaret Taylor Greene, all them mad now, see.
Mm-hmm.
When it coming home to roost, as they say, coming home to roost now, ain't it? Huh? Y'all eat food stamps too now, y'all eat too.
Yeah.
Y'all don't eat food stamps, but you eat from food stamps. Let me correct that, because people think I may be ignorant. Some of you people like curmudgeon think I'm unintelligent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, let me cogitate on that.
How long are you gonna concentrate on? Help me out.
Yeah.
Explain that to us.
Yeah, a couple hours. Yeah.
While you're part of making people starve, man, and they're gonna go take these damn grocery stores.
Now you do realize that the Democrats are the ones who won't pass the bill. You do realize that they are the ones, because the president.
They don't run the White House right now. No, that's what your side is saying.
The White
House.
What
Mike Johnson keep on.
Okay. The White House.
Okay. So if the White House wanted to get it fixed, why did Congress got their ass sitting at home? Why didn't they're trying to help things out?
This is on Congress.
What?
This is not on the White House.
No. They should be out there talking too. They should come in and put a word in or two and try to convince people some kind of way. But hey, they're sitting at home because they're born that Epstein.
You need 60 votes in the House to pass this legislation.
I understand that.
We got 53. The Democrats are the ones, because we want
Margaret Taylor. I'm going with Margaret Taylor Greene. I believe in her right now. She said that her constituents, people are pissed off about the fact that the health insurance premium might go up in her state now, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And again, that's got nothing to do.
Rand Paul bitching too now. Paul bitching how you
listen. Obamacare was never going to work in this country.
But what I'm saying though, why your party not coming up with nothing to replace it as they promised.
Wait a minute, we do got something to replace
I've
it.
been harping on that for 2 or 3 days with you.
Wait.
You hadn't gotten me an answer yet.
We got Medicare and Medicaid. We do have something, but you got to qualify for it.
No. They said your president said his first term around, and they've been talking since then, saying they were going to replace it with something better.
Yeah.
And as Trump during the debate, he said he got a concept of one.
Okay. Well, again, presidents don't pass laws. Okay.
Why did he say it? Why did he say that he was going to do these things and lie?
Because in his mind, he thought he could get it done with influence, but he can't. Okay.
He lied. He straight up lied. In other words,
well, I think his intentions. I think his intentions were good. But
so you gonna tell Z? You gonna tell Z that I'm a Z? I'm gonna buy you a car when your 16th birthday. When the birthday time come around, you gonna tell him that no,
that's what I did.
Running my mouth. I was just running my mouth. So I didn't really mean.
When he was 14, I said, "Yeah, we're gonna buy you a car." Yeah. Then he turned 16. We said the car gone. So yeah. Sometimes you
say I really didn't mean it. I didn't really mean it. I
told him I thought I was gonna have more money by the time you.
I was just trying to get elected. You know, I was just trying to get elected. Right. So how could a Democrat trust them saying, "Take my word, we're gonna do some things after y'all let the government reopen"?
Wait. So you realize?
Can you trust them to do what they say they're gonna do? You go along with.
You keep passing on Trump. What Trump has nothing to do with passing.
He's the damn head man in charge. That's the reason that y'all all about Trump syndrome and all this mess. Trump running things. He's running things. Okay, he's the president. That's why we're putting the finger at him like y'all did Biden.
He is the chief executive officer. But even in any company, any business, the board has a lot to say about what goes on. And our board, United States Congress.
Normally it would, but Trump is the dictator. He running things. The people that work at the White House, they have that for free. Hey, they shouldn't be getting paid anyway because they the other damn thing. Trump running things up there. You know Trump running the things.
Hey, you know
they can't call no shots on nothing.
Hey, dude, you know.
Or he gonna primary them. He will primary them if they say something.
You know, you got the disease, right?
I got it. Yes, I'm gonna continue to have it, like y'all had it with Biden. Telling us something different about Biden every day. Shit. Now come on.
I gotta go, brother. I appreciate you. I guess you know. People always and listen. Until I got acquainted with the procedures, presidents don't pass law. Congress does that, not the president. Okay. Yeah, Don.
Hey, listen to your buddy Joe Reed yesterday. I'm starting to think Reed in Swahili means liar. You know anything about Swahili?
No,
it must mean liar. You know, he was very careful yesterday to say that illegals don't get federal
yeah, that's what he said.
Food stamps.
Yeah.
But what he didn't say is all states have a food type thing, subsidy. In California, it's called Cal Fresh.
Right.
And they give it to illegals. Do. You know who funds Cal Fresh?
Federal government.
Federal dollars. So notice the liar, the scummy little liar, wants to specifically say no federal dollars. The Reeds are all such liars and squirms. You know, it's just pathetic. Also, did you know what WIC is?
Yeah, women, infants, and children. Mm-hmm.
Illegals can get WIC.
Yeah, they can.
And plus, if they drop a kid here in the United States, they can get food stamps under the kid's name. They also feed the kids free when they go to the schools and take from the school system here. But that's Chapter 10 or whatever it is. That's funded by federal dollars for that. You know, Reeds are such damn liars. They're pathetic human beings. And it's just squirmy. But you know, what's sad is they appeal to black folks because they're ignorant to understand what's going on and what he's saying. And they think he's such intelligent. Just listen to Duke 2 minutes ago. That is the most dumbest person I've heard in my whole life. But he thinks he's intelligent.
All right, then. Everybody's got their opinion. That's true, too. But I will say one thing. We do bring the president, I never blame Biden. Well, first of all, Biden couldn't blame himself because he didn't know what room he was in. And so he was never really the president. now we find out that they got this auto pen that I think everybody in the White House, I think the auto pen was in the bathroom in the White House, right? And so every time you went in there to do your business, you can get another piece of legislation signed as law with the auto pen because the president's signature was on it. So I really think he doesn't hardly sign. He didn't hardly sign anything, and I'm almost with Trump now that everything he signed. He was telling about the pardons, all these pardons they think Biden gave, but Biden didn't really give them. Somebody had access to the auto pen. So did the president sign that stuff? I don't know. Oh, here we go. Kevin, you lost that battle. Okay. If you blame the president, okay, for this mess that we're in, you're wrong. The president does not pass legislation. Only thing he can do is sign it when he gets it. Okay, he does not pass it. Um, Congress right now, the Democrats, okay, to be quite frank, the Democrats, the biggest problem we have is millions of dollars going to LGBTQFG, ABCD. I want to be me. Okay. They have so much money in this bill going to things that have nothing to do with the economy, to all these private groups who want to turn your boys into girls and your girls into boys. So many of these things. Johnson read off the list last night. It's a shame and a disgrace, the thing that we are spending money for in the guise of getting SNAP program back on track. It's crazy. And so it is the Democrats who are making this thing go a whole lot longer than it has to go. But right now, we only got 53 senators. We need 60 votes in order to pass this thing in the Senate, in the House. So I'm just saying, I mean, what in the world does cutting off your whacker got to do with food stamps? Nothing. But if the president doesn't take it all or all, it's either, according to them, it's an all or none proposition. And the president said, I'm not going to sign that with all that crap in there. The Democrats forever have put what do we used to call that extra stuff in the bill? What was it called? It was called, I think, pork, fat, whatever it is. And listen, both parties are do it. So it ain't just the Democrats do it; the Republicans do it too. We build bridges in Alaska that don't go no place but to the sea. So they both parties to do. Now, again, I wish there could be some way that these people could get in the White House and say, "Listen, let's carve out the SNAP program." Because when you talk about people's lives, when you talk about people's substance, what did Bush used to call it? He called it food security. Then that's a serious matter. And we got people in this country on Social Security getting $500 a month. They need that. So I think now we're going to see. Christmas may have to come early this year for a lot of people because we may have to go see on them and see how they're doing. Okay, see if they got food in the house. Okay. They're holding what is it? The Democrats are holding out for $40 million. $40 million in funding for LGBTQ promotion, okay, abroad and amid government shutdown to go. We want to promote LGBT activities abroad. $40 million. Yeah, I know what you mean by abroad. I got you. And Johnson got on TV last night and showed it. He said, and no Democrat has said that's not true. So, I mean, would you sign that? I wouldn't. But I would try to figure out a way to let's pull out the snapper. Because when you talk about people eating, you're talking about people's lives. You're talking about people living and dying. You're talking about people getting sick, older people. So I got a problem with the Democrats. They are responsible for where we are because they want to promote a lifestyle that is absolutely contrary to their belief system. Okay. And now it's bad enough to promote it here, but now we want to take that crap and promote it all overseas. That is one of the big deals why the president won't sign it. So They need to, like Willie said the other day, they need to go ahead and fight that battle when other people's lives aren't directly involved in the negotiation. And right now, and Democrats always will you know who they remind me of? They remind me of Hamas. They always use people to shield them from the political backblast. Okay, so they're using the people and the food stamp thing so they don't have to take responsibility for the legislation that they want to put forth. We want to take $40 million to promote Willie and Willie laying in bed with one another, or one guy bending over and the other guy taking it for the team. That we want to promote that someplace else. It's bad enough that we got it here because we live in a free society. People have a right to do what they want to do. But I just sometimes it just doesn't make sense at all. Sometimes, listen. If what people let people do what they want to do, but do not make most people in America. We accept the way people decide to live their life, but we damn sure shouldn't have to pay for it. Okay, let people do what they want to do. Get a job, do what you got to do. But we don't need that. I mean, we don't need to pay for that. Okay. Now, let me get on the governor right quick. So the governor says no special session to address the SNAP, whatever that, we're going to say food stamp suspension. Okay. I would think we would make one. We got a 10 million. Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, Willie is a preferred name. Okay, I'll come up with another name. We'll call him Donald or something. I don't know. We'll come up with another name. Okay, what's that? Democrats pushing it in. Yeah, in libraries too. We got What is their obsession with sex? We got pornography in our libraries. I'm talking about school libraries. Other day, if there's a video going on now that's going viral. A woman comes to the city council to the city council meeting and starts to strip, and everybody on the council, oh, you can't do that, you can't. But they want to put that same crap in schools where 9-year-olds and 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds can read it. But do it in front of them, and they are just outraged at that type of behavior. I mean, we gotta make. Yeah, I'm afraid that there's going to be another civil war in America. It won't be about color. It'll be about culture. And something wrong with us. So I don't know what happened to us. The culture of America is just changing. I mean, man, like Montgomery, the culture of Montgomery has changed so much since I've been here. I mean, it just, and this is the South. And we got Southern people around here who got a church on every corner, are supporting people who want to turn their kids into something that they wasn't born to. Show them how to do it. I mean, there was a book in the library the other day that actually talked about and I think we got in this library about how a child and two guys get together and give each other. Well, let's just put it this way: it ain't a hot dog on that bun. Okay, okay. And we have lost our ever loving minds. Right. And if you disagree, they'll call you the KKK. They will, and all kind of names. But I'm with the Republicans on this. Pass bills that don't have anything to do with your personal behavior. If you want to get in a room with somebody and y'all look down there and you got the same thing and y'all want to have a good time, go for it. But we shouldn't pay $40 million for you to promote a lifestyle. First of all, let's do away with morality for a second. Let's do away with morality for 1 second on this whole LGBT thing. Let's just do away. Let's take the moral component out of the conversation. Let's just deal with the scientific fact. Why in the world are you promoting a lifestyle that leads to the extinction of mankind? Okay, seriously, why would we do that? We are promoting a lifestyle that erases us from the earth, because no matter what these idiots say, two men getting together and two women getting together will not procreate. So let me make it more simpler. If you put two guys on an island and you leave them there for 20 years, when you come back, you know what you're going to have? You're going to have two old guys. That's what you're going to have. You're not going to have a teenager. You're not going to have anybody. You're going to have two old men, okay, whose dilly whacker probably ain't working anymore, okay, or 20, 30 years. Yeah. So, but if you put a man and a woman on an island, there's a very high probability that when you come back, there's going to be a couple more of them folks there. Okay. There's going to be a couple more people. So why would you promote a lifestyle that in the end leads to the extinction of mankind? That's how serious it is. Okay. And we want to take our money and promote this all over the world. Okay. Now, evidently, Africa hadn't got that message yet, because they got a whole lot of kids. When they feed, according to the internet, when they feed kids, they feed them about 100. But I guess they don't really have a whole lot to do with it but have sex, because they got a lot of kids over there. But that's okay. I'd rather see a lot of kids than no kids. Okay. But again, why would we want so do away with God don't like it? He calls it an abomination. Do away with that. Let's look at it strictly from a scientific thing. Scientifically, it is the most insane thing that we could do as human beings, promote our own extinction. And that's exactly what they're doing. Exactly what they're doing. So I don't blame the president. But let's get back to Alabama for a second here. Ivy says no to a special session to address SNAP suspension. I think that I think she's wrong. I think if the federal government, and this is the problem want the federal government, what we were talking about yesterday, we need to have an emergency. And what do we learn from this? We need to have a hell of a lot more money in the bank instead of billing them $1 billion for a prison in the bank, so these things happen. Because if you depend on the federal government, because they're doing stupid things like this, won't necessarily. I mean, do you know how many people? Now? So the SNAP program, and this is Thanksgiving year. This is Thanksgiving month. So everybody's trying to, and the effect of this is going to have a big effect on jobs. It's going to have a big effect on culture, because first of all, if the stores go out and buy all this additional stuff like they do each year, for Thanksgiving and things of that nature, and nobody has any money to buy it, well, the next thing, they can't get rid of the stuff because they're already owe for it. So what's going to have to happen? You start cutting labor. And so now those same people that were trying to help everybody else be thankful by selling them the goods and services, now they're gonna be out there looking for a job themselves. Okay, so I believe that the state of Alabama, and I think the governor should call a special session to see what we can do to at least we can give half the money until the other money comes in, I guess, to help these people on SNAP. Because even though I'm not on SNAP, it's only by the grace of God I'm not. So I don't have anything against it, okay? But I do have something against people who really think the government is here to help you. The government, from a Democratic standpoint, from the Democrats' point of view, they're here. You are here to be their forever servants. You are going to be dependent on them as long as they're breathing. Their philosophy sucks. Their philosophical principles suck, because they don't want you to be independent. They want you to be dependent on them. And you see where being dependent on them gets you. You see where it gets you. Rather than think about you, they thinking about people who doing the hoopsie doopsie in a room overseas. They don't even care about the folks here. They want to spend $40 million on LGBTQ promotion overseas. Can you believe we have these kind of people in public office in America? Do you believe we have that? But see, y'all don't hear that. All y'all hear, Trump's this, Trump that. Trump don't stop none of this. Trump is the president. He is a CEO. It's like, and we got a mayor here who thought that he was all in charge too, but he's not. The city council said, no, we're gonna override this. It is Congress, and Congress, of course, would be the Senate and the House of Representatives. Okay, so they are responsible for where we are, not the president of the United States. But I realize that there's an ignorance in America about the way things go, and so it's easy to bring to blame Trump or even Biden, because I blame him for things too. They have nothing to do sometimes. But where I do blame Trump, because he wrote these great books, The Art of the Deal. Well, make one, you know. Make one, but make one without trouncing on the things you believe. So the art of the deal, he ain't got to that one yet. Somebody sent him a book, sent him a copy of his own book. Make the deal. Make the deal. That's all I'm saying. Make a deal. You know. I didn't read the book because most of it, I doubt he wrote the book anyway. He probably had a ghostwriter. Okay, he probably didn't write the book anyway. But anyway, so would everybody agree? Do we need a special session for Alabama? We got money. We got $10 billion in the education budget. We got a little money up there. We got enough money to fund our own food stamp, our own SNAP program, at least for a couple of weeks. We got enough money, and I believe and now Ivy is not showing her compassion for the citizens of America. Excuse me, citizens of Alabama. She's not. Hell yeah, I'll make them come to work. Let's take. We can get the money back later, but let's take some money. Yeah. Trump says open the government first, then we negotiate. I agree with you. I think we ought to do that. But they're not going to do that because they're more worried about somebody selling condoms or getting a condom used on them than they are the people right here, especially old folks. Okay, and since I'm in that category now, I just look good. I'm in that category now of old folks, so I know how they feel it. Well, I don't really know how they feeling, but I know what it's like to depend on something and not have it there. Okay, and eating is a big deal. Which gets me to another subject this morning. I woke up this morning. The news headline says 14,000 jobs will be cut from Amazon. Okay, 14,000 jobs will be cut from Amazon. Its corporate workforce. In note to employees, the retail giant pointed to AI. And 2 years ago, I told people about AI. They didn't pay me no attention. They didn't. I said it's a great thing to have. It's a nice tool, but AI is going to put. And I told you yesterday about how unimportant college degrees are today because of AI. So you go all this debt so you can put something on your wall that don't mean jack. Okay, that don't mean anything. Okay, AI is at some point I guess it will reconcile itself. But right now, 14,000 people losing their job at except overseas. I guarantee you, they got some people working overseas for almost nothing, and we need to find out where some of their factories are overseas. Because I won't be doing no work no more. I won't be doing any more ordering from Amazon if they got factories overseas where they're paying people hardly nothing. I'll find out. I'm not going to do any more business with them. Okay, so they're complaining 14,000 jobs will be cut from its corporate workforce. In a note to employees, the retail giant pointed to AI as one of the reasons why, calling AI the most transformative technology we've seen since the internet. Well, it looked like a lot of people are going to have a whole lot of time. Listen, degrees really don't mean anything. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's true. Well, tell me which degree means anything. Tell me who right now. Have you been to the employment office lately? I went down there. All these people with degrees looking for a job, all of them with degrees, with nothing but college debt with no guarantee. Okay. Uh, and we still got people studying archaeology. When we have satellites in the sky that can look beneath the earth and find things without paying all that money for a degree. So tell me which one. Which degree means most? Because most of those degrees are not theoretical degrees. Okay, you think AI? You think we need a whole bunch of accountants anymore? Mm-mm. No, we don't. No, we don't. We may need for the time being some cooks, but after a while we're gonna figure out that we can cook and everything else. Yeah. Now, human resources, IT, we're going to need, but then again, IT is going to, and here's what they're doing in the IT field. Apple, I mean, not well, Apple as well as Windows is making people buy new machines every couple of years now because they are changing the way software works. Okay. So the computer you have, which may cost you $700, $800, $900, in the coming year, it because of Windows 11, you won't be able to use your computer. Yeah, you're going to have to buy a new one. Okay, and human resources, hell, all we got to do. Okay, I'll leave it at if you had an archaeology degree, yeah, you could dig up a guest for this show. I'm with you. I'm with you. Actually, my problem with getting guests sometimes I forget who to ask. Okay, and his Watkins was he was a say Watkins Jr. was an English major. Well, okay then. So anyway, so the even I would tell you even architecture students gonna be different. AI is a transformative technology that is changing the landscape for people who want to work, for people who are looking for jobs. Now, the only thing I don't think now whatever they call that thing, what's it called? AI can't get out there in that cold and put that brick up though. See, AI cannot get out there in that cold and put that brick to build that house. I'll put a nail where it's precisely supposed to go in a house. That's true. So right now we say if you want to get out there in the cold and the heat and put roofs on things like that. But I would imagine at some point in time, you'll probably be able to put the dynamics of your roof and have a machine come do it. Yeah, I bet you it's not far off. So again, college degrees I gave you yesterday, the ones that are irrelevant now. Oh, here's one: sociology. Really, really, sociologists have not figured a doggone thing out yet. They haven't figured out how to fix anything. Well, my name is Dr. Jones. So I'm figuring, hey, listen, I got an ankle, something wrong with my ankle right. Oh, no, no. I have a philosophical degree. Yeah, in what? Okay. Sociology? Okay. And if you look at our society, you'll see that their plan's not working either. Okay. Oh, what's the number to call in? Let me I forgot about that. Sometimes I forget to put that out there. There you go, right there. 521-2963. So, not Apple, Amazon is getting on the bus with technology, putting people out of work. Has anybody been to Taco Bell lately? I'm beginning not to even want to go to fast food restaurants anymore because I got to talk to a machine that won't talk back. Okay, are you supporting a former governor who had to resign in disgrace? Well, which governor is that? Which governor is that? Listen, we got to. Okay, did he pay for his indiscretion? Did he pay for his indiscretion? Now, either we gonna be Christian folks and forgive people for some of their indiscretion, like we already have, and if the light, if the light, if the light of truth was to ever hit any of us, we all got some things that rings the bell. Look at man, what do you think? This is Callback Jones?
I didn't mean to call back. I want to correct you on something, okay?
Which one correct me on?
Okay. The Mike Johnson talking points, along with the other cult members, their talking point was the illegals getting free insurance. That's what we've been hearing for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. All of a sudden, yesterday, it's all about the LGBT folks. Now, which one is it, Kevin? Come on, which talking point they going to try to convince us to buy into?
They are getting federal dollars used for the, and again,
that's not what they've been harping on. They've been harping on the fact that these illegals getting free insurance.
Well,
they getting free insurance. Now all of a sudden, yesterday, he coming out with a new thing, said the other crap wasn't working for him. Come on now.
Okay. I got you. Again, there's so many arms in this problem. There's so many things that we don't have a clue about. You know, I would think that those people who work in Washington, D.C. Know a lot more about these things than we do, because we never get the whole truth from anybody's side. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning, Mayor.
Good morning.
So you opened up talking about the New York mayor's race.
Right.
You know, the race was not last night.
That wasn't the primary?
Well, they've already had the primary.
Oh, okay. My bad. Was it? Okay.
Yeah, they've already had the primary. They're having the general on November the 4th is when the actual election. They started early voting.
Which ain't nowhere in the Constitution, but I hear what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
But anyway, the election is November.
Oh, okay. Well, no wonder I couldn't find it.
That's why you couldn't find it. But Kevin, when you're looking at the candidates, I mean, you spent a lot of time talking about Islam, and you spent a lot of time talking about the Muslim community in one of the candidates.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the people on the ground there had a choice in the primaries. And they seem to be going with the person you're calling a Democratic Socialist.
Mm-hmm.
They had an option of the current mayor, Adams. They had the choice between a former governor, name recognition and ID, and they chose this other person. Now, if you took away labels and listened to his platform, a lot of people it seemed to be resonating with. So why do you think the people, and they did this open primary type deal when you had this ranked ballot voting thing and it went to percentages and stuff like that. But he clearly, with no name ID and being, you know, a person that's young, and he attracted a lot of traction. What do you attribute that to, sir?
I'm glad you asked me that question because, you know, since I'm the smartest guy on the radio in town or whatever, I always got the answer. Have you heard of the theory of the path of least resistance?
Sure.
Okay. If somebody tells you that I'm gonna have me a store ran by the city, I'm not gonna let the police, the ICE, or anybody else come in here and put anybody out, whether they should be put out or not, then that all sounds like you just got a kumbaya moment here. Okay. It sounds like you're just going to give us everything that we possibly want until he gets in and find out this is America and you don't have the right. And I'm with Trump. Trump said yesterday, if he gets in and he don't do what he's supposed to do by law, they're going to arrest him. Okay. So
they're going to arrest him.
They're going to arrest him. They're going to arrest him for interfering with what they tell a government operations.
So they're going to arrest him for not standing by his campaign promises?
Yeah. No. Wait a minute. They're going to arrest him for interfering with an illegal operation of ICE. So
okay.
He cannot. So people are always go to the path of least resistance, especially if you hold them ice cream out and it's hot outside. Yeah, give me that ice cream.
So Kevin, you don't think the former governor, and his campaign apparatus didn't have something to combat that there's no free ice cream? that if you're telling the citizens that you're going to give them free ice cream,
you can't do that in New York.
you can't.
Everybody,
There's no opposition.
everybody wants something. Everybody wants something.
But the governor took the campaign for granted. He didn't campaign. He didn't go out. He thought his name would be enough, right?
You talking about Kumo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't campaign at all.
So when you look at that race, Kevin, and you have three people, you have an independent that's way outside, and then Adams dropped out, and you're looking at Mondami. Just looking at it, what choice they have, Kevin?
Well, again, then here's the problem with America, and I think you.
No, I'm asking you what choice. When you're looking at the options that they have, a disgraced governor, they had to resign with a lot of allegations, and even Trump was against him. Now he's for him, but what choice do they have?
Well, I don't know. Well, they got a lot of people in New York. They
got three candidates. They don't have a lot of people on the ballot.
That's true. They do. Well, here you want to know what we are seeing right now in our own.
What I'm asking you though, you saying what options do they have on the three candidates?
Yeah, I mean they got to pick one of them. That's true. They got to pick one of them.
So do you go with a governor that had to resign because of whatever allegations he resigned? You say forgive everybody. I agree with forgiveness.
And if he was the best qualified guy on that ticket that time. Everybody done stepped on it every once in a while, but to get somebody in office that fundamentally does not believe in the Constitution of the United States. But
on that ranked ballot voting, he came out ahead of everybody else, and they knew what you're saying. So obviously, it resonated with the people. I'm not saying I'm in agreement with it, but I'm not in New York, and I didn't hear the campaign. I didn't see what he talked about. I'm just saying, looking at it from 30,000 feet, you got a candidate that had to resign the highest office in New York in disgrace.
But let me tell you what happened when you look at 30,000 feet.
Yeah,
you don't understand what's really there till you land. And if this guy wins,
would that be same to you? I mean, would that be same to you that you're looking at it from the same 30,000, or do you?
No, I'm on the ground.
Or you? Okay.
I'm on the ground, and I'm looking at.
I forgot. Yeah. I'm talking to Scoop Elkins.
And I was in New York a couple years ago, so I'm
okay
for 2 days. But
and I want to make it clear, I am not saying that I am in agreement with Mondami. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you painted him as a guy that was, I almost sound like Islamic phobia, what you were saying.
Well, I'm sure I am Islamophobia when it comes to our Constitution and the lifestyle Sharia law. In Dearborn, Michigan right now, they're trying to implement a Sharia law.
Okay. And again, I just want to be clear. I know Don is going to call in and say, "Oh, Willie is with the Mondami and socialism, want to give free ice cream to everybody." Yeah, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying looking at the two options that they have, and you got a third guy that's an independent that don't have a snowball chance, but it's going to either be Cuomo or Mondami.
Yeah. Well, we'll.
But I wanted to correct you. The election was not last night. It's November the 4th.
I don't know why I thought that because he's been in the paper. I thought it was last night.
November 4th. I'll hang up and listen to.
Yeah, the response. That's why I couldn't find it this morning. I'm looking at who won last night. I must have been tired yesterday. Anyway, let me see. Yes.
Oh, you on?
Of course I'm on.
Oh, you okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
I was listening to the conversation you were having with Willie.
Yes.
Durham, and I've been watching that race in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually an independent, but the larger parties, I would pick the Democratic Party.
Of course you would.
Versus the Republican. No, of course I would.
Yeah,
what you mean, of course?
You're a black person.
I said, what is that?
you don't vote Democrat. You don't even have to tell us that.
You just took over that conversation.
Yeah, go right. Yeah, keep going.
What did I tell you? I said I'm an independent thinker.
You're independent Democrat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin, stop taking over the conversation
Okay,
and saying things that are not correct. Okay, back to the New York. I was listening to Willie. I don't like the socialists. I don't like that guy that used to be on the patrol in New York back in the day. I remember him. The Republican. I don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
I like Homo. And I'm going to tell you something about this racist tightening up. They are looking at the younger people going with the socialists, and the older people they are encouraging to come out to vote. They're doing early voting right now, and it's been a very, very big turnout, a bigger turnout than they've ever seen before, Kevin, for even just the early voting. And it's going to take time for them to get through those lines on that on voting day, because it's going to be an enormous turnout. But the reason that I like Como, because he's a person that gets the job done.
Kind of like Trump.
I've watched him over the years.
Kind of like Trump.
I like him as an individual, how he takes control of a situation and surrounds himself with people who are willing to work for the people. He's a people. He's a people person.
Mm-hmm.
But his actions, despite what all of us have seen, Willie. Okay, so there's that's between him and God now.
Yeah.
So let's look at what he's going to do for the position that he's running for. I think that he's a very smart, intelligent man. He doesn't pussyfoot around about his position and the authority. He knows what authority he has. He's willing to go to bat for the people, and that's his concern.
Wait a minute, who's that?
Come on.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I don't.
That's why I'm looking at who's going to get. And see, we need to stop looking at other things. It's a combination of things we have to look for in people who are running for these offices,
mm-hmm.
who are giving their lives to the people of the state that they live in, etc.
Mm.
That's how I look at things.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not about what that person did. Like I said, all of us have sinned. And we have to ask for forgiveness, every single one of us, because we're not Jesus.
Every day.
We're not God. Huh?
Every day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's not just one little thing like that is going to stop you, because we don't know what the facts are. In that case, I didn't look into that. I know there were accusations made. But, give the man another chance like you would want someone to give you another chance.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, y'all want to dog Mr. Watkins, because he made a couple mistakes there. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, although I don't think we should start them off at $120,000. That's my only problem. Hey, listen, get in there, work your way up like I got to do. We all got to. I mean, for a moment there, I was king of the hill in talk radio in this town. I'm the mayor. The mayor of the airways. Now I'm running for re-election. Okay, I got to be humble. Because people don't like flipping people. Okay, I'm a humble guy anyway. Come think, my checking account keeps me humble, so I'm really humble right now. Anyway, moving on to other things. So I do believe that the governor should call a special session of our legislators here to figure out how to do about the SNAP program. Mr. Boyd, what's up?
Are we on the air? Are you on the air?
Yeah.
Are we live now?
We're live now. There's a delay. There's a delay.
Oh, that's what it is. Well, good morning, man. I do like your last caller.
Mm-hmm.
Every election is different, and every race is different. The people in New York has not yet spoken. Those who came in the primary were very few, and I don't think they represent the whole state of New York or the whole city of New York. Now, Como, I believe, because he's aligned himself with the black leadership there, even though Hakeem Jeffrey endorsed him, with Reverend Al Sharpton, them, the people with the boots on the ground. And I think this is going to be a big, huge turnout because now this socialist, he has been exposed. So those people who voted in the primary, they didn't hear everything that we are hearing now. And I think that Como, it's just my opinion, I believe that he, after it's all said and done, will win this race because of the fact that this is a different race. This is not the primary. This is not general. A lot of stuff that happened. Adam stepped out. This is a domino effect race. We don't know what's going to happen. So just because he won in the primary, that's just like a runoff. Khalil Bell beat Riley in the primary. The people spoke. But in the general election, in the runoff election, she lost to Riley because the people didn't come back to the poll. Her people did not come back to the poll and vote. So I think this is going to be a turnout, and whoever brings the most people to the poll, that's who's going to win. Have a good day, man. And don't forget this Saturday, man, we are at Bellingraph Community Center. For those who are concerned about gun violence, for those who are concerned about our little black boys and little black girls out there committing all these crimes that we don't have no solution. For those who say we don't know what to do, but we have a community center that sits in the heart and soul of the black community, where most of these crimes are coming out of. So if they are not doing that, this Saturday, we're asking for men to come out and participate in the cleanup process so we can get this facility up and running so it can be utilized so these kids can maybe take these bullets out of their hand and put a basketball in their hand. You understand what I'm saying? So we ask if anybody out there that hears me, that you have a business that's dealing with construction work, from electrician to a plumber to a roofer, or just basic cleanup. We asking y'all to please join us this Saturday at 10. Even though Roscoe then will be there at 9 in the morning doing live remote. And this live remote is brought to us by Montgomery County Commissioner J.C. Love, because he believed that our children should have facility open such as a community.
And where's this facility at?
It's at 70 West Edge Mountain. It's the old Bellingraph Community Center. A center that went through some turmoil, but now we are trying to do whatever we can do to make sure that this facility is reopened, where our children will have the opportunity to go over there and participate in some type of program that will be outlined later on what all that center will be able to offer. So we are doing something. We are asking the community to come out this Saturday and help out. And
my understanding that the place is in disrepair, and y'all gonna go over there and see. I mean, so it needs painting. I assume they need carpenters. They need electricians.
Yes, okay. Yes, we had different phases. The first phase of this Saturday is gonna be basic cleanup. Okay. We will have spectators out there, people who are in different skills that will give us an estimate, or give us some type of guidance on what we need to do to fix this and fix that. And we may need 100 gallons of paint. And once we get this from these people who specialize in the area, just like if the painter said we need 100 gallons of paint, and then we're going to come back to the community and ask each one to maybe donate 1 can of paint until we can get this building up and running. See, the government have not invested nothing into this facility. Mm-hmm. But the government claimed that they have all this money to stop crime. So I don't know what the ins and the out, but I do know that this facility is owned and operated by a private individual who purchased this property from the government by the name of Bishop Roosevelt. Okay. So just because it's private doesn't mean that it should receive no type of public assistance.
Right. But right now, the government, so it's not owned by the county or the city.
No, it's private owned by Bishop Roosevelt Crawford. But it's not certain.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Bishop Crawford.
Okay.
So we just asking, the people that said that they concerned. This this can't fix the problem, but this showing that somebody trying to do something.
Right.
And when the voice of, and when once the mission get out there, that somebody is trying to do something, they calling on the soldiers to come in and help participate to get this facility up and running so it can be used and serve the purpose that it was built for.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just to condense it. There's an old Bellingraph community center that has been bought by Bishop Crawford. It's in disrepair. You guys are volunteering your time and your resources to go over there and fix that building up so these kids will have a place to go to, something to do. It's not ran by the government, which means it's probably going to work because it's not ran by the government. And so you just need some help, some carpenters, some electricians, somebody. Even if you can't do anything Saturday, we want you to come over and look at it and see what it is that we need to do, or you can help you do.
No, they can bring a shovel. Everybody can work. We got lots of work for that.
Okay, so this is cleanup. Okay, this is cleanup.
But we do need this. We need some floodlights in a generator. I hope we have it by Saturday. But anyone out there who have a floodlight, because the building is dark in certain areas. So if you have a floodlight, or you know somebody with a floodlight that we can get some type of lights up there with a generator, then we're asking, please. It won't cost you nothing. Please come out and help us out. If you have
how can they reach you? If somebody's out there, how can they reach you?
They can call me direct. Anybody who's on Facebook right now, I'm pretty sure they know how to get in contact with me. But my number is 263-1035. 263-1035. This is an Operation Community Cleanup. And we're asking our people to please get involved. We have over 52 murders with black people. And we haven't found the solution, but we are not trying to do nothing but trying to figure out what should we do to try to prevent the next murder from happening. So we are trying to do something.
Yes.
So we just appreciate you for allowing me to come on this morning, man. Gavin, your show sounds good, but stay tuned for Boy TV 21 News. You know it's coming.
I know it's coming. Okay.
All right, but take care, man. Yes, sir.
Boy 21 News. Okay, so this Saturday they're just going to clean the building up. It's been there, and I got to tell you something. I think that $250,000 that we spent on the Department of Violence Prevention, it could have been better used. Could have been better used over there. So, but that's a whole different ball game. It's 8:28 in the morning. Should you want to chime in? I don't know. I think what we are seeing in America, and it's a shame that we're seeing this, and I think what we are seeing in America, and we're not realizing the signs. This country is changing. The question is it changing for the best? Or is it changing for the worse? This country is changing right before us. Okay, we're actually thinking about putting somebody who said they are a socialist. And we have men and young men died on the shores of other lands to protect the American philosophy, the American way of life. And now we are actually thinking about putting people in office whose very personal philosophy goes against what we believe, what we used to believe as a nation. And how did we get here? How did we get here? Wow, So we are seeing the change, and we got a chance to turn it around. But America's sort of like an aircraft carrier. When you turn it, it's gonna take a minute because aircraft carriers don't turn fast. Okay, but we need to start the incremental turn of that aircraft carrier called America, because we are changing the things we used to believe. And listen, I listen. And every time you cannot say this without having to remark about the past ills of America. We know they were there, but the fact that America has tried to turn its try to turn its from some of its ways is a good sign. The fact of the matter is, um, is that because we are America, we at least we have put in place, hopefully, some guardrails against the way we used to treat certain people in this country, and I think we have. But is that going to change every individual's heart, mind, and soul? Probably not. But if the vast majority of us in this country really believe in American way, God, country, and family. Okay, if we can believe in that, really believe in that, and we don't have perfect families, we don't have perfect people, but we live in a country where if you want to, if you really want to, and be willing to put in the work, you can change your position. There's still no guarantee. See, the problem we have with liberals. Um, matter of fact, there's a lady who put out a video here a little while ago to tell you what the acronym liberal stands for. I'll see if I can find it. But they don't want equal access. They want equal outcome. So if a guy who's working 80 hours a week, he's making good money. Well, he's working the hell out of himself to do it. The guy who works 15 hours a week thinks he deserves the same amount of money that the guy who works 80 hours a week, because it ain't fair that he's making all that money and you're not. So we are seeing our country change. And y'all look at me. We are seeing our country change in front of us. Okay. And I'm taking ownership of some of this country because we this is not who we are. Honestly, we were not a nation, and our representatives in Washington D.C. ought to be ashamed of themselves. We are holding up people's food stamps because we want to spend $40 million to promote a lifestyle that is inconsistent with the survival of mankind in other countries. I mean, if this had been out 80 years ago, we would have thought we were reading that story about the dog wagging the tail, or the tail wagging the dog. You know, we this is not who we are. This is not who we are. Our young men and women, even up until recently, did not go to all these places in harm's way and die. Ronald Reagan said they gave up 2 lives. They gave up the life that they had, and they gave up the life they could have had for values and the American way. And we're so point right now, this is America that lost their way. Okay, we insult our founding fathers. We insult and some of the black folks doing the things we doing around this country, killing each other. We insult the sacrifice of people who have laid their life on the line so we would have a better way of life. So we what happened to us? What happened? What happened to our country? I mean, honestly, where did we go wrong? You know, we got people now who think, and governments now who think that they can change your child's sex without them knowing about it. Because Lily Willie came to town said I like wearing women's shoes. Well, all boys like wearing women's shoes when they're little. All of them do, and they like to wear their dad's boots too. So, what happened? Anybody got an answer to that? What happened to us? I mean, really, what happened? Somebody got to have the answer here. I mean, we are involving ourselves in things that are just oh, somebody said you're lying. Okay. Okay. Well, listen. Again, I don't have to rewrite history. I'm the only history I can actually talk about with authority is the history after 1957. I was born in 1957, and I thank God Almighty I'm still here 68 years later. I know some things that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about things that I heard about. I'm talking about things I know about. Okay, and I know that we sent our men to Vietnam, Grenada, Korea, the Central America, with in under the guise of protecting our way of life. Afghanistan, Iraq. I know that we have spilled blood all over this world to protect our way of life. And we are looking at our way of life changing, changing in front of us. When we fought communism on D-Day, when all of those men died in getting off that ship and invasion of Normandy for a principle, and even Vietnam. We thought our young men and women went to Vietnam, World War II. We had black men going to World War II who were treated better over there than they were over here. But like somebody asked the Tuskegee Airman one time, "Why do you do it?" He said, "Because we do it for the future. We do it because America is still a place where anything is possible." What happened to us? What happened? What happened to this? I mean, what happened? Now we're in an argument about helping people eat. But we help a whole lot of other people eat in other countries. But in this country, I cannot believe we're having a conversation about whether or not the SNAP program, we call it what we all call it, the food stamp program should not be politicized. Even it's being politicized. Because the Democrats have nothing philosophically that's anything close to what we believe as a people. We used to believe. Okay. So they do what Hamas does. They use people. They use the weakness of people, the sacrifice of people. Now some of these people are worried about whether or not they're going to eat. It's a shame. It's a shame and disgrace. You know, like what's her name said, get the government started and let us negotiate. Let us negotiate all the rest of this stuff, and some of that stuff don't even need to be negotiated. But hey, it's politics, so you have to do negotiation. Okay. So again, what happened to us? We are seeing this country change. We are actually hiring a guy that he's on the ballot in New York that that represents everything that our people died for in battle. Now, New York has got a right to be crazy. I mean, they got a right. And again, tell me where the lie is. Again, tell me where the big lie. Well, just tell me where the lie is. Are we not a changing country? Do we not every day look in the newspaper and there's a mass shooting by kids? By kids. Alabama, and we suffer too. We actually got people walking down the street with shotguns and M10s and AK-47s with no danger of worrying about being picked up or asked a question because of our open carry law. This ain't the wild wild west anymore. Okay. Yet last night I'm seeing an argument on TV. A man who's obviously a man is fighting a guy because he won't let this man go into the bathroom that his daughter's in. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that a man would have to guard the woman's bathroom because another man who's mentally disabled and thinks that he's a woman keep her from going in there? okay, and was ready to take them out too. So how do we get here? I mean, how do we get here? Our schools, believe it or not, our schools, it's one of the few things that have not gotten better. Computers have gotten better. Cars have gotten better, faster. We get paid more money than we used to. Of course, everything costs more, so it's about a wash. How do we get here? Really, how do we get here? We have people shot dead because of their way of thinking. Um, how do we get here? And will we ever get America back? Well, John, I hear what you're saying. Again, the president cannot pass laws. He can carry out foreign policy because that's already in the law, but he can't pass laws. The SNAP program is a government program, and the funding has to come from the government. So it is not Trump that is stopping people from getting their subsistence allowance. It is the Democrats who think that promoting homosexuality in other countries is more important than feeding people. So listen, Trump does enough stupid things that we have plenty reason to get on his butt. Plenty reason. But let's get on his butt for the things he can control. As a matter of fact, I think he's somewhat perplexed that he can't control the many things he thought he could when he ran for office. He can't. This is not a business. He's not a boss. Now, is he the leader that I thought he would be, as his book said, The Art of the Deal? Not quite. But I believe his heart is in the right place. Okay. So let's blame him for what he is blamable for. But he's not to blame for everything. I don't know why people don't want to, why we don't to blame the people who are actually are responsible for this. Don.
Buenos dias, amigo.
Yeah.
I thought I'd call and answer Willie Durham's question about who you vote for. You hold your nose and you vote for Como before you vote for any Semite, communist. I can't believe he's had problems dealing with that. But I do have a question for Willie. In the Attorney General race in Virginia, the Democrat is a guy who said he would like to blow somebody's head off and kill his kids. Willie, who would you vote for in the Virginia race? Would you vote for somebody who said he'd blow somebody's head off and kill his kids? Or would you vote for Republican? Or the Democrat vote mean that much to you? Please answer that one for us. I'd like to hear that one.
All righty then. Also, I forgot to tell you guys, we are I really can't I don't have anything with me here at the moment, but I have a person who is going to be on the air with us pretty soon to tell you about some soap that they make that you can get down at the beyond Beauty and Beyond, I think, right there on Atlanta Highway, down there near, I don't know what street that's on, but I'll have to get her on to talk about her soap. He said, I'd hold my nose just like you. Yeah, I'd hold my nose just like him too, because I couldn't vote for a guy who's a senator. But Bishop Sizemore is going to come. She's a bishop here in one of our churches, and she produces a soap that's a natural soap, as a matter of fact, and it's sold in Montgomery. And I'm going to bring her on. We're going to talk about it, but it's you can get it at Beauty and Beyond on and you can go in there and ask for it. It is a soap that and I got some too, as a matter of fact, and Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty nice soap. It doesn't have all that fake ingredients and all that stuff. And the bar soap, one of her bars of soap lasts for quite a while. Unlike the Ivory and the nice those nice little soaps, you take a couple of baths when it's all over. You got to put them in the cup there. And actually, I was trying to melt a bunch of little bitty soap things together and make one. Yeah, it kind of blew up the bathroom almost. So I left that alone. So I don't know what's in that soap, but something's tough in there. But we're gonna get our own. Bishop Sizemore is her name, and she it's a soap maker, as a matter of fact. But I can't really talk about the soap because she didn't send me that. So we want to get her on and talk about this. And we always talk about businesses and self employment and things of that nature. Well, the way you can do that, come up with a product. You know, come up with a product, and you can be in business for yourself. Doing something, but make sure it's a product that somebody wants. Okay, but I'm gonna get to that. I got to get the name of the soap tomorrow, and I tell you guys about it. And I think you'll enjoy it. Today I got to go to Hagler's show today. That's a TV show. I think it's a Channel 32, the whatever it's called, the CW. I'm just gonna go there and shoot the breeze with him from 11 to 12, just to give me something to do today. Oh, and the last thing I could tell you about. So I get a letter the other day. I get a note the other day. It says, "Come out to Amazon. We like to talk to you." I said, "Okay." So I went out to Amazon yesterday to do an interview. And that's okay. That's what you have to do. So I go out to Amazon. First thing I noticed, somebody fighting out there. Bunch of sisters fighting, just fighting. Police out there. Well, that wasn't the worst part. So I get out there and I wait for about 30 minutes because I'm waiting for somebody to call my name, say, "Hey, is Elkins here?" And so then finally somebody called my name, Elkins. So I sit down at the table with a young lady who couldn't be no more than 19, 20 years old. And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But, she didn't really have a whole lot of experience. Uh, and they had me set up there and they said, "What do you think about safety and driving?" Oh, well, say if you're not safe, you can't be driving. Now these are the actual questions that were asked me yesterday. So, what do you think about safety and driving? I said, well, you can't, you can't really be a good driver unless you believe in safety. She wrote that down. Then the next question she asked me was, um, what do you think about customer service? I said, well, if you don't give good customer service, you won't have very many customers. And ladies and gentlemen, that was the interview. That was it. So I go way out there. They're way out there on Mobile Road. I go way out there. And then people start fighting. The employees start fighting in the back room. And then this morning, what do I hear? 14,000 people getting laid off at Amazon. And looking at some of the people that work out in these places, the ethos of employment, the things that make up good employees is going out the window. I seen some people. I don't know how people can do their job up there holding their pants up. They're still showing the drawers out there. They're still doing. I just don't understand it. What happened to the work ethos? When you go to work looking decent, when you go out there, you show up and you act like you're ready to go to work. Okay. Well, they don't have any more radio stations. Okay. But I'm sitting out there. I'm looking at young folks. I mean, my Lord, what the hell happened to this country? To people who show up for work and do the job and the language has changed to everybody cussing you out now, and they're cussing you out. They don't even know they're cussing you out. Now these were people that were actually doing the work. I mean, they were working for Amazon already. So the police got to come out there. I mean, I guess I picked the wrong day. But when you go out there, you sit in the room, and I think I've never seen a giant interviewing everybody at the same time before. I mean, we had 20, 30 people out there, and it was like a interview for everybody all at once. And you sat down at the table to ask you two questions. What do you think about safety? Well, safety is important, especially if you're driving, on the road. It's important. Yeah. What do you think about customer service? Well, customer service is important too if you want to keep a customer. Okay, thank you. She wrote my name down and took my number, and that was it. That was our whole interview. I said, "Is that it?" "Oh, yeah, that's all we need." Okay. So I'm listen, I probably won't get a job out there. And I only want to do it part time. I like meeting people. Um, but I don't know if it's the YNs or 'cause that's all I saw out there. Out there, I'm just absolutely disappointed in the process out there. I didn't expect to get a job anyway, but I expected to at least be asked more than what I think about safety. I mean, or what I think about public customer service. Those the only two questions they were asking me. What do you think about customer service, and what do you think about safety? Well, don't you want to know if I can drive? I mean, it was it was just terrible, you know. And if that's what we doing out here now, and the lady said, and the one who interviewed me she says, well, she gave us a little introduction to herself. Well, I've been here 7 months. After 3 months, they made me operations in charge of operations. And I looked at her. I said, "Really? You're in charge of operations?" And when you doing interviews of 30 people at one time, you just asked me what I think about safety and what I think about customer service. I was just perplexed. No, they didn't give me a drug test. It wasn't. I mean, that my whole interview is what I just told you. I sat down in front of the young lady and said, "What do you think about?" Looked at my driver license. Yeah, I had one. Okay, it's good. What do you think about safety, and what do you think about customer service? Again, I said, "Well, you can't keep customers unless you have good customer service." And you certainly can't drive on the freeways and the byways and streets of any city unless you have safety in mind, especially when you're not driving your own vehicle. But I'm just, and then people started fighting. you know, woo! And then this morning I get up and Amazon's laying off 14,000 people. I imagine some of them are going to be in Montgomery. Okay, because for what I saw out there yesterday, I'm just absolutely perplexed that anybody's got a job out there. And I had to listen. I had to walk so far from my car to the door that I actually had to stop and rest a second. So I guess I am getting older. But I said, man, this is this is a long way to walk to get up there to the. I mean, I walked so, and that never happens to me. I actually gave out of breath. It was so far to walk up there to the door. I said, man, is there an age limit to this thing? But anyway, uh, it is. We are on the precipice of either. Why? Because listen, it was like almost a mile walk to walk up to. I didn't get the. Wait a minute, they didn't know that. I just had to go. I just went outside to get my driver license because I forgot my driver license. That's what that was all about. Why you say? So what do you mean? You see why? Did nobody get a job yesterday? Because they didn't. It's almost as if they were it's almost as if they were having you come out there so they can get a number and make sure that you made sure they get some people they can put some people on the call list just in case business picks up and they need somebody to drive part time, which is all I want. I just want part time. I didn't want to do it full time. But I mean, nobody got a job. People walked out here absolutely angry. They said, "We came out here for this just to be asked two questions." I mean, we could have sent that in through email. You know, lay off the pork chops while you out of breath. Hey, listen, you may be right. You may. Well, I think the interview answers were perfect. Was I wrong about that? What do you think about safety? You have to be safe in order to drive. Okay, that's an appropriate answer. What do you think about customer service? Well, if you don't have good customer service, you don't have customers. Now, what is wrong with those answers? I thought they were absolutely pertinent answers to a pertinent question. So, what? Okay, all right, all right, John. What would you say? You sat at the table. What do you think about safety, John? What would your answer be? I want to hear this. Where you at? Where you at, John? Come on. Seasonal work would have been all right with me, but they didn't. They didn't. Yeah, that's what it sounded like when I got there. Yeah, seasonal work. Yeah, which is okay. Okay, but John, come on, John, tell me, what would you say if they said, "What do you think about safety?" That's exactly verbatim what I was asked. What would you tell them? And my answer was, "You have to be safe." Yeah, I mean, safety is number one. That was my answer. You can't drive a car without thinking about being safe. I mean, this was at Amazon. Big boots, Amazon, Mr. Bezos, his business out there. I mean, 30 people in a room, and nobody knows why when the hell they would ask that question. So give me the answer you would have. What would you have said? I mean, I'm a pretty good interviewer. I can use big words and everything. So, but there was no reason. There were no reason for big words, no reason for it's a common sense answer to a common sense question. Okay. So come on, John. Tell me what you would have said. You sat at my desk and I'm interviewing you. Hey, John, what do you think about safety? Bam, what's your answer? Oh, John. Exactly. It should have been at least. But I didn't know we were gonna have 30 people in one big room and they call your name, you sign on the thing, you call your name. It's like going to mess hall or something. You sign your name on the list, you sit down, you wait there. Hey, Elkins. I go up there and all they said was, what do you think about Sam? Shallow answers, you need to elaborate more. The question needed to be better asked. Okay. The question need to be better. She asked me what I thought about safety. Safety is number one. It's important. If you're not safety, you don't drive. That's a great answer because it's absolutely a true answer. Okay. But did you hear? I tell you, they asked two questions in an interview. Two questions, and that was it. That was the whole question. That was the whole interview. But by the time the interview started, that interview lasted about 90 seconds. 90 seconds for everybody that was there. 90 seconds. 90-second interview. I mean, it was an amazing thing out there. That wasted a whole lot of time. No, I'm not on unemployment. Okay. No. I want to do something. Nobody can just. I mean, I like this thing I'm doing here, and I may be stuck with this for a while. But we're not stuck with it. But I may have to do this for a while. But anyway, no, I'm not on unemployment, man. I don't have to put in applications. I just put. But every man needs to work, needs to do something. This is my fun job right here. But I want the real job where I can make some change. You know what I'm saying? Got because I ain't getting no food stamps. Although I'm probably old enough to get some, but $10 that ain't worth it. Good morning.
Good morning. Listen, I'm trying to understand your whining. Did they tell you then that you were not employed, or they're gonna email it to you?
Well, she didn't even ask for my email address. She didn't ask for my phone number.
Did you put that on the application? All that information is on the application?
There's no application. Didn't fill out one.
Well, how did you go out there then?
Because they sent me an email.
Uh-huh.
They sent me an email. I said, okay. Mm-hmm. She said, you have been. Now, what she didn't tell me, that me and 20 other more people were coming at the same time.
But my point is, they sent you an email, so they know your email address already. So when they get ready to tell you if you're hired or not, they'll email it to you at same address.
Well, we'll see.
Okay. Because then you just get through talking. See, you talking before, you putting the cart before the horse, talking about the folks, and you don't know how to put. You should have asked the procedure. Will you notify me?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hired or not?
Wait a minute.
You should have been asking questions.
Wait a minute. It should be more than two questions.
My point is, you should have been asking pertinent questions.
They wouldn't. They didn't give us an opportunity. I'm telling you, the interviews were 90 seconds.
I don't care, but I still would have got in the question. Will you notify me if I'm employed?
No, because to honest God truth, I haven't did a job interview in 37 years. I don't
need to. I'm going to a job interview. First question is, am I hired?
Well, I didn't know how to answer because I wasn't familiar with job interviews. I wasn't familiar with job interviews.
But see, that's what those college degrees get.
Well, oh really? Oh really? You seriously? Yeah, I hear you.
We
Okay.
ask an important question: am I hired?
No, I didn't expect to get hired when I went out there. I expected to go out there and talk to people. They're going to tell me what they have to do. Until this day, till right now, I don't even know. I got to go. My time's up. I don't even know what. I don't really know what they were actually hiring for. I just know that I actually know delivery. Hey, I gotta go. I gotta go. Don't have time to take another call. But yeah, I just it was just a weird interview. I mean, wait a minute. It wasn't an interview. I don't know what it was. It was a sit down. They didn't even give me no coffee or nothing. What do you think about safety and customer service? That was it. The interview was 90 seconds. Okay, unless I'm so well known that no, everybody's interview was about 90 seconds. What in the hell can you learn about a guy in 90 seconds? Nothing. But anyway, I got to go. And I never fill out an application either. I filled out an application for their flex program, or one of them flex programs, but I never. So I just went out there. I thought they had something for a brother. But anyway, I have got to go. So first of all, Kevin has to pass the drug test. Right, but they didn't give me one. So they said, okay. Are you dressed? I was dressed good yesterday. Okay, I was dressed good, real good. Yeah, but everybody wasn't. They had the pants all down when I went out there. The people who worked there had the pants all down, looking like bums. So I don't really think dressing was a big deal out there. The YNs had it under control. Pants, drawers showing and everything. So I don't think they was worried about my dress. They ought to worry about what am I honest. Anyway, I gotta go. Remember, it is not the fall that gives you the strength. It is getting up each and every time you do. So my lessons of life for you today is, when you fall down, just get right back up. Have a great day. Oh yeah, I gotta go on Hagler show in a little bit here. So I'll be on TV in like 11 to 12. Yeah, I'll be brilliant like I normally am. Bye.